But everyone can use a little extra support right where they are. My guilt was more acute because of my day job. I was working at MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers International, one of the largest mothering ministries in the country, writing and speaking on the importance of reaching out to isolated moms of young kids. It did not escape me that the mother of a preschooler living closest to me, my actual neighbor, was in crisis and I did not know her. My pastor, Steve, says Jesus walked toward people. I'd failed at walking across the street toward my young neighbor. It was a wake-up call of sorts. It took a crisis and regret for me to examine my resistance to loving my actual neighbor. I don't want to wait for another crisis before I show the people right in front of me that they matter. Why a book on loving your neighbor? I'm writing this book because I need it. I want to love my neighbors. After all, in many ways, it is our main job description. But when it comes to the how of loving the people right next to me, especially those I may not find easy to even like, I often don't know where to begin. I'll start right off by letting you know what I am not. I'm not a pastor or a theologian. I'm not a reporter or a social worker, nor am I a counselor or a professor. I am, however, a kitchen anthropologist, stationed smack dab in the middle of the United States. From my kitchen in Denver, I watch a world of disconnection around me. In families, churches, and communities, we are missing each other. Often our intentions are good, but we get stuck. At least I do. The honest truth is I go about my days with my agenda, maintaining my priorities and my comfort. My default is to protect what feels good, safe. Unconsciously, I avoid discomfort. A mother of 4, I live an overscheduled, distracted life. When I think about loving my neighbors, I wonder what it will cost me, as far as time and energy, both of which feel maxed. Not to mention my worries about if we'll relate, what we'll even talk about, what they'll think of me, if it will be awkward, even contentious, and whether it will feel more like work than friendship. Despite these self-focused hang-ups, I know it's not all about me. That's the idea behind loving our neighbors, right? That we move past our agenda, comfort, and convenience and toward love. So I'm willing to dive into this topic to learn. Unlike my other books with similar titles, Loving My Actual Life and Loving My Actual Christmas, this is not a journaled account of an experiment. Rather, this book contains stories, ideas, and practical tips that can inspire and help us. I'm glad you're on this journey with me. Why this book now? We find ourselves in unique times characterized by words like polarization, isolation, and conflict. In some ways, we are collectively hitting, or at least approaching, a crisis of interpersonal connection. Though we are more connected to the world through information than ever before, the need for increased face-to-face interaction is evident. Whether young or old, Americans are feeling more isolated. According to a recent study from the Pew Research Center, about half of Americans have weekly interactions with their neighbors, which means half of us don't. A survey by AARP found about 1/3 of respondents over the age of 45 are lonely. And according to the American Psychological Association, loneliness and social isolation have similar effects on health as obesity and can lead to premature death. No surprise, social media doesn't help the feelings of isolation. We can have serious fear of missing out, FOMO, when it seems we aren't invited to the places everyone else is, or even have the same number of likes or comments as someone else. The opposite is also true. When we replace a virtual meetup with a real one, we can decrease our actual isolation. Not to mention the tension that exists in the political climate of our nation and world. It seems gone are the days when families can sit down and have civil dinner discussions about different political views. The combination of real and perceived isolation with an increased tendency toward extreme language and huddling in our like-minded, like-living tribes is not moving us in the direction of unity. Rather, it's contributing to a me versus you and us versus them mindset, not exactly the atmosphere of welcoming and loving the stranger. Jesus' command.